Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. Yes, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update, a video that, were it not for my new card reports series, would be regularly like 40 minutes a week, or 40 minutes longer than this one, so shoutouts to that series for saving this one. But if you're curious about it, after today's update, Cyberstorm Access has had the last of its TCG exclusive cards revealed, as well as the last remaining cards from Duelist Nexus in the OCG, and I've covered all of them in new card reports as always. So if you got time afterwards, feel free, check it out. And speaking of Cyberstorm Access, the TCG has had a full set list revealed through various content creators opening their early promotional boxes. As such, we don't just know all the TCG imports and exclusives, but we know the card's rarities. And thanks to TierZeroGames.com, not an affiliation or a sponsor, we also have a prediction on what some pre-order prices are going to be as well. So you've got a loose idea of what it is we can expect from both the metagame and your wallet. Yeah, that's refreshing. Your 5 Starlight rares are the already known Visas Starfrost. It's Visas. In the video they said Visas, and I'm like, oh, it's like the credit card. So Starbucks, as we already know, is getting the Starlight rare treatment, and now the other 4 are known as well, including Guiding Quem, the Albaz support that gets the arbitrary 1 Starlight per set, as is usual. We've got the Despian Luluwilith, maybe said that right. So two Albaz Starlights. God, that deck can be so blingy. Gold Pride Chariot Carry matches the Gold Pride Captain Carry from the previous set, and Firewall Dragon Singularity rounds out the 5th. Yes, the cover card actually gets a blingy version and not just an Ultra or of a Peasant Super as it has been in past sets. How long has it been since that happened? I don't know or care. But I do know that Singularity is also a secret rare, as confirmed. It's crazy. I know, it's been so long since the cover card was like a chase card, at least in the, rarity system that Konami gives us. We also know a few of the other secrets as well, and by few I mean all of them. Guiding Quem, the Sanctifier Dragon Fusion, and Luluwilith are all secret rares. 2 Manadium cards get the secret rare treatment of the Field Spell and Vicious Astrolaud. The Chaos Angel Synchro Monster is also a secret, and that wraps up the important ones. In regards to your ultra rares, you got a handful of expected high rarity cards such as the Manadium Synchro, Bestial Dispater or Dispatter, however I choose to mispronounce it, and a single Libromancer card, all in the ultra rare slots. Most importantly to me, and I think a number of people, is that the Apple Dragon Tuner is an ultra rare as well. So at least it's not a secret. Small victories. Most notable for the set in regard to the general meta, I think, is the fact that both the Purrelyly cards in the set are common, and the crazy abusable new Super Heavy Samurai Pendulum is only a super rare. This will make them much more affordable in regards to building those decks. Purrely's already, out of most people's price range, but at least the new cards aren't. And Super Heavy Samurai is about to be an absolute monster mash shenanigans style deck, because all those cards are just supers. You just have to spend money on your extra deck. Pricing wise, to no one's shock, the Starlights are of course the most expensive. All prices in USD, of course, when I'm talking about these, but the Starlight Luluwilith is the most expensive card of the set currently, with about just over $300 American. The cheapest Starlight would be Carry at $190. The Manadium Core will run you for $235 on Tier Zero's website if you can get it, and the Albaz adjacent cards buying up a core of is $230. Somewhat shockingly, the most expensive card in the set singles that isn't a Starlight is actually Chaos Angel at $46, which sucks for me, because that card's good. After that, the Manadium Field Spell's $45 a pop, the highly abusable Tuner of Apple Dragon Name is $16, and the individual Gold Pride Secrets all go for $20 or under in regards to their high rarity cards. Oh, and the Super Heavy Samurai Super Rare, it's about $4 on pre-order. Purrely's $1. So not a bank busting set. There's certainly been worse. It's not Tactics tier, but there you go. Now you've got your game changer for the meta, and I'll have something different to report on in the future. Hooray! Cyberstorm Access, of course, drops 1 week from this video's release in North America, and then 1 day earlier than that in Europe, and 3.5 months ago for Japan. So Crazy how different regions get it at different days. In regards to the metagame currently, it's the same. I can't say anything else about it. Ulti Sprite Blues look cool. That's the meta right now. They look pretty. Regionals are still happening. Cashier is still taking like 40% of the tops, and we're just waiting on Cyberstorm access. That's what's currently going on in the metagame. It is well established. You know it. I know it. We're waiting until next week for things like Super Heavy Samurai to spice it up. So it's gotten a bit stale. It's gotten a bit bland, if you will, maybe. And that's why we're here to spice it up on this week's Spice Report. Yes, it's another edition of the Spice Watch. This week I wasn't able to spot a whole lot of truly out there decks. So I checked my 3 places I look and I went, nope, nothing crazy. But I'll give it a bit of a twist. I saw a Rika Trap Tricks deck that got a top 8 at a regional. Also, from what I've seen, is a number of people saying that, nope, this is not new at all, and actually it's the biggest thing ever, and everyone's been doing it in a somewhat condescending manner. So while maybe you've been playing this mashup for months, you've done fuck all with it at a competitive level, and I wasn't aware of it, and so I'm declaring it spicy now. Sorry, not sorry. This tracks well enough, or at least it makes enough sense. Trap Tricks have plenty of plants in their deck lineup, and Rika is as much generic plant support really as it is, a dedicated archetype, or enough of the good cards in Rika are. As such, what you're looking at is a very solid Trap Tricks deck with a core play style of control and fun stuffs, and then a small Rika package added in to help build a board or make a more meaningful push for game. It's only playing 6 Rika cards total, and it's Trap Tricks with 6 Rika cards and then like 3 in the extra. But it's the first time I've seen it top, so it's spice for this week. So maybe if you've bought yourself 3 of that copy of the structure deck to make yourself a viable, locals competitive meta deck, this could be something to consider to help bolster it without really breaking the bank, or to help add an unexpected punch. And of course, if you are one of the players that bought the Trap Tricks deck because you're one of those guys who's just way too attracted to the artwork, well, I think we all know what to do in regards to those people. In YCS news, we've had the announcement for another new YCS, this one in Cancun, Mexico, set to take place the weekend of September 16th and 17th. Also, for YCS Vancouver in Canada, it's being confirmed to be taking place at the Vancouver Convention Center on the weekend of September 9th and 10th. And for YCS Santiago in Chile, it will be held in, oh boy, here we go, at the Centro de Eventos Alto San Francisco. I'm sorry, but that's just a few weeks away on May 20th and 21st. Apologize again for being so goddamn North Americanly white when just speaking in other languages as always. But it's happening. It's happening. It's all good stuffs. That's a pretty exciting lineup of YCSs though. You've got YCS Vancouver one weekend, and then you go to YCS Cancun the next. You get to see the sights of the Rockies out west in Canada, and then down in Cancun in Mexico. I can think of worse 2-week vacation like ping pong trips, let me tell you. And in good news for European players specifically, and a continued long-standing fuck you to North American players, Konami of Europe has announced that there will be more rounds of the Challenger Cups as there were previously this year. More than that, I believe they've already started, so keep an eye on your favorite prominent content creators in regards to this game, and you can go ahead and check out what events they're holding to win all the sorts of prizes we know and love, including that dope hoodie I still wish I could get a version of, is that the right term? I want the hoodie, goddammit. And more importantly than that, the bunny. I still want the Rescue Rabbit plush. Prizing, of course, will be dependent on the number of players attending each tournament, but it's the same as it was the first time round. Sleeves, hoodies, Nintendo Switches, all the good and fun stuff. Just letting my European viewers know if you're interested, and a continued stream of tears from people living in the colonies, as is the case as we continue to just beg for just scraps, just a modicum of attention, Konami, please. Love game. In community news, Tyler the Great Warrior, a card whose name I must focus on when saying, because if not, I'll make a horrible Freudian slip and say Tyler the Creator, because that's just more commonly said in the world at large, and that's a hell of a mistake to talk about something being sold, let me tell you. Still, Tyler the Great Warrior Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card has been up for sale and has been hovering at about $160,000 on eBay all week. There was a point this week where it jumped up to $1.4 million. However, eBay said that bid was fake news, and so it doesn't count. It won't be sold until the end of Saturday, and as such, we can expect it to inflate at some point then, but we can't say for sure by how much. Still, it's exciting news for what is going to be the most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh! Card sold for quite a long time into the foreseeable future, if we can all, just really admit it. And it's big news. What does the most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh! Card go for? Also adjacent to the community is the fact that Magic the Gathering is running a cross-promotions of sorts with Lord of the Rings, releasing a set that will have one printed copy of the One Ring for someone to pull. There's now a growing rivalry of sorts as to which card is more expensive. Will it be Tyler the Great Warrior's end sale price, or will the One Ring sell for more? This, of course, affects absolutely no one who's involved in this debate. No one arguing about it is even remotely in the realm of buying these cards. But there are now teams and a rivalry. That means my team has to win. And of course, Wizards of the Coast has kindly showed us an effective way to deal with Magic the Gathering players you have a disagreement with, by hiring Pinkertons to solve debates. I don't actually recommend that at all. Do not hire the Pinkertons in any capacity, because what the fuck? For all the flack Konami gets, at least they aren't Wizards of the Coast. That is a genuine statement in the modern day, and 5 years ago you'd probably be called insane for saying that, but crazy. PR is so hard. And if you don't know, it's a good meme. It's a good meme. Also this week, the community's own Calieffect, sentient duel man, an authentic cool guy as reported to me by my sources here at the update. Yugi tuber Calieffect has put out a tweet literally saying, in better words, be a dude, not a dick. Or more appropriately paraphrasing, why can't we be friends? I commend him for trying to combat the needless animosity between so many different facets of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Yu-Gi-Oh! At large has many smaller factions, more than you might think. From content creator followings to fans of just exclusively the anime, to the classic debates of competitive versus casual and FARFA viewers versus high school graduates. These debates are widespread and common throughout our community, but that's not impossible to mend them. There are common grounds after all. There's a world in which we can work to create a more unified and wholesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Probably that starts by, small steps by each of us, namely me not pulling out a gun whenever I talk about the worst aspects of the Trap Tricks community. But in my defense, part of unifying and bringing us all together will mean cleaning up this community, so I'm justified, and also comedy. And that's why I'm going to collab with Callie in a new series I'm calling I'm Fucking Lying. I don't even like this joke as I'm saying. I've got nothing against Calieffect. I quite enjoy his content, but we are not collaborating. I don't even know how I would collaborate with him, but fuck it. I support the sentiment. That's where we've got. That's where we're at. Call me James A. Janice, my good friends, because I can get behind the message to tell you to be good people. And so that brings us to the best part, the one where I thank the team at LAFD for sponsoring me and encourage you to help me out by using promo code YGOStrats15 to get 15% off one fine LAFD magnetic display. A great and safe way to show off your favorite card or cards, like both versions of the same art Red Eyes that will be printed from the Legendary Collection as well as the Megatins, because that is still so goddamn funny to me that is happening. And as always, I love saying thanks to LIFD for the continued support and thanking you for watching. And so that wraps it up for this week's update. As always, I have been your host, Craig Fee, and thank you. Make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for next week's update to impress your smoking Italian wife, and so you too can be a true duelist.